How worried are you about the threat that a trade war is going to undermine global growth?
I think it's psychological. If you actually add up all the tariffs and all the disruption, it's actually not that big in the grand scheme of things. I mean, here's kind of a number. The day Trump most vociferously threatened tariffs, he was threatening 10% tariffs on $200 billion of goods. So that's $20 billion of tariffs. And if you trace through the incidence of those $20 billion of tariffs, some of it would be lower wages, some of it would be higher prices, and a bit of it would be lower profits. So maybe a third of it would be lower profits. That's $6 billion. The stock market went down by $500 billion of value that day. So it's quite disproportionate to the immediate effect of the tariff policies. Now, can the whole thing spiral out of control? Can the whole thing create a ton of uncertainty that has a psychological effect that chills things? Yes, it can. So the answer is, I'm apprehensive, but I actually think the direct impact of the trade policies tend to be exaggerated. What I think is much more serious is what it means for a long-run global system, for the rest of the world no longer to be able to rely on the United States. The idea that commitments made by one administration don't apply in the next administration, the idea that commitments made by an administration don't apply to itself a month later, creates enormous anxiety, and that anxiety causes people to behave in ways that are destabilizing, whether it's localizing production and not engaging in supply chains, whether it's building up one's own military forces because one can't rely on an American umbrella. It's the breakdown of international order, of which the way we're conducting economic diplomacy is a major example, that worries me much more than the direct effects of even nutty tariff policies.